Good evening, one and all. It's good evening from Dubai, maybe good evening from Africa, and good morning for the participants who joined from USA. A good day for everyone in general. Thank you, Dr. for the wonderful opportunity to speak in the U Masterclass. It was an amazing experience yesterday. I hope today you all will be enjoying the deep dive into financial analytics, which is a key for corporate success. We have a different set of participants who are from various combinations, academic, business, corporates, entrepreneurs, startups, everyone. I hope this session you will dive deep into analytics part, how analytics is going to help to predict the financial future. Today, I'll be able to cover a couple of sessions, topics, one about big data in finance, machine learning in finance, predictive sales analytics, which is a key area in financial analytics, followed by regression analysis using Microsoft Excel. First, we are talking about big data analytics in finance. When we say big data, it is really a huge topic. We always call big data, big data. It is really whether in which subject is it related to. Big data analytics examines large and different types of data to uncover the hidden patterns, correlations, and other insights. From where they are getting the data? There was a period when the researchers, when they were doing the research, they do conduct using the questionnaire, the samples, they used to send it across the participants, the samples out of the entire population and get the results. But the things have been gone. We don't know the accuracy of the result we get through questionnaire, we get it through the interview. But now the accuracy level is very high in big data analytics. In big data, how do we get? Every day, once you wake up in the morning, you are sending a good morning message to everyone. That is the data. You are sending a voice message to everyone. We are posting some message on LinkedIn. We are posting a message in through email. We are doing a recording. Every day the transactions have been recorded in various form, in various discipline. You are calling the call center. In the call center, you are speaking to the call center representative. Again, that data is recorded. Every day, if you see around 2.5 quintillions of data has been accumulated. It is a everyday statistics. It's a really a huge statistics. It's a combination of text, audio, video, the documents, PDF files, many softwares. So it is a different combination. How do we hide the patterns? How do we bring the correlation? How do we get the insights out of it? Especially it is very much related to finance. If we take a healthcare, in healthcare, all the patient's data has been recorded. They are using a predictive analytics. What will be the disease which will be happening to that particular patient in the future? So they are trying to predict the the disease where the patient is going to get in the future. In a telecom industry, they are recording the transaction of all the subscribers. What kind of subscription they have, what kind of package they have. They'll be able to record all the transactions. If you take an insurance company, how many insurance policy they have, how many people have been taken the insurance, and what is the fraudulent transactions which is supposed to happen during that policy holders during the period of the policy, how many percentage of the chances it will happen, they are able to predict. The government wanted to have the data of each and every citizen who are in their country or who are residing in that country. If the tourists are coming over there, they wanted to record the data. So how do they record? The data has been accumulated in a big data. If you take a finance, especially in banking, every day the banking industry, the data is skyrocketing, especially whether the transactions has been misuse of credit card or debit card, or the business clarity, customer statistics, or money laundering, risk mitigation. It has been accumulated every day to do the online transactions, the money transfer, the currency transfer. So it is accumulating. Next comes to the automobile industry. You must be aware about Google's automatic car, the driverless car. It tries to predict the sensors, it tries to predict the traffic, it tries to predict the cars which is around us. Again, the data is accumulating. The driverless car, the particular car needs the data of how many cars are passing around that. Again, there is a data we needed. In the education industry, now in education industry has to maintain the data of the students data, the faculty data, how many students are there, how much is the score they have entered, whether the undergraduate students, whether there is a probability of going for the postgraduate over there. Again, there is a data accumulated. Retail industry, retail industry, that is amazing industry, because each and every customer data, what kind of product they are buying it, when are they buying, what are the different combination they are buying it, they put all sorts of fermentation and combination. So every day, even if you buy a small milk, the small packet of milk from a supermarket or hypermarket, again, that data is accumulating here. So this is how the big data is accumulating. When we are taking the big data, what are the different challenges which is available in big data? If you look at this particular chart, this is self-explanatory, but still I'll be able to explain you. The data is in a different form. When you are sending a data, you are sending a voice message to somebody. Let's check the WhatsApp. You are sending a voice message, you are sending a videos, you are sending a text message to everyone. Here, it could be either in the form of structured form or the semi-structured form or unstructured form. And the volume will be either low, medium, high. If you look at here, the complexity. Number one, this picture shows how complex the particular data is. Velocity, it is the speed. If you see the dark blue, it is the speed. And then this blue color shows the variety of the data, and the light blue shows the volume of the data. It shows velocity, variety, and the volume. Let's take various examples. Number one, archives. The data which is coming from archive. Archives means it could be the scanned documents or statements or medical records, the publications, the journal publications, or the emails. If you look at the archives, actually, archives are mostly semi-structured, but you could look at the velocity. The speed level we need is very low, but the variety level is medium and the volume is too high. Those documents volume is too high. Again, coming back to the documents, you can see the documents variety is very high, but it requires very low velocity and the volume, and it is semi-structured. If you look at the various business apps, media, social networks, public web, data storages, machine learning, and the sensor data, everything, you can see structured data here, only data storages, only the RDBMS, SQL, Hadoop file systems are more structured. So rest of the files are either semi-structured or unstructured files. If you see media, especially the media which we are posting in social media, images, video, and audio are purely unstructured because it comes from various languages, from the various frequency. Totally the data is unstructured. How are we going to compile everything and make it into structured data? Once you make the entire information, the entire data into a structured data, only we'll be able to predict. We'll be able to do the analysis and do the prediction. That's what we are going to see today in financial analytics. If you look at here, especially the mission log data, sensor data coming under the huge amount of velocity, variety, and the volume. Now we have seen how big data we are receiving from various fields and what are the different challenges, different form of varieties we are seeing it when it comes to the big data. Moving on to some of the use cases before we move on to machine learning, we'll see the use case. Here, Starbucks uses behavioral analytics to cater to its customers. What is behavior analytics? Every day when you are buying, everybody is having a tendency to buy a cup of tea or cup of coffee from the coffee shops. The Starbucks is trying to collect the customer data when they are buying each and every cup of coffee or baked items in Starbucks. So Starbucks collect the lots of information about their consumers' coffee buying habits, what time they are buying, what is the different combination along with the coffee, what other products they are buying it, how many people are coming together. Maybe if it is closer to the office, you might be visiting the Starbucks along with your friends. So they try to find out the pattern of the consumers. Once they create the pattern of the consumers, they are trying to predict. They are trying to predict, and then they try to send the personalized message to you. Even if it is your birthday or wedding anniversary or any happy new year or any other occasion, they try to send a personalized messages. When there are any offers, they try to inform the particular offers to you, what kind of offers especially they have, and they announce some sort of happy hours for you to buy add-on coffees or to give any treats for your friends. So this is how Starbucks is using, having the data. They have their own data, how they are doing the billing, and they try to do the behavioral analytics to cater the needs of the consumers here. They offer coupons as well during the non-happy hours. Second use case is about Procter and Gamble. In Procter and Gamble, it uses market basket analysis and price optimization to optimize your products. What is market basket analysis? We are a consumer. Everybody is a consumer. We go to hypermarket, we take a trolley, and then we just go around. We always think in the hypermarket we have only CCTV camera which is watching us. That is the normal tendency, but we are very cool, calm. Even we wanted to buy one product or two products or 20, 25 products, we never bother about anything. Casually, we just check around, the rounds, multiple rounds, either one round, two round, or let's assume there are around 20 rows, 20 rows over there. We don't cover all the 20 rows, but usually we cover the first row, little bit of second row, and then we take the side route. We go around 19th, 20th row, or exactly we go and pick. Let's say we want to buy milk. We directly go to the milk section, we buy milk. Along with the milk, we have the habit of buying, most of the consumers, let's assume some of the consumers, they buy butter along with milk. So now the hypermarket will try to find out how many consumers who are buying milk along with the butter. Then they come to predictions in the 60% of the consumers who buys milk will buy butter as well. Again, what exactly the consumers are buying? They are going to buy the eggs. The eggs. So if they are buying the eggs, they do the predictive analysis. They find out the consumers who are buying milk along with the butter. No, 50% of the consumers who buy milk along with the butter, they buy eggs as well. So they find out the pattern, the milk, bread, butter, eggs, what exactly we are buying with a different combination. They try to keep all the products, what we are buying with the high probability in the basket, they try to keep it together. So the consumer, next time when the same consumer comes, he buys milk, he never miss out, the butter or eggs. He try to pick up the closer products which they buy around together, and then they fill the trolley. That is how this market basket analysis works. And then if you see, again, they try to find out the pattern. We are taking a trolley. Either we take a small trolley, a big trolley. When we are moving around, now the data from the retail is collected. How it is collected, they try to keep the sensor over here. So that sensor, that chip will take which route you are taking to buy the milk. Whether you are taking the shortest route or you are taking a longest route, in which area the consumers are moving around. All the consumers will try to cover the first row. So notice that the most of the offers, coupon, discount, add-on, everything will be kept in, especially in the first row, because 100% of the consumer will pass through the first row. Again, they try to keep, in both the corners, second row, third row, fourth row, if you see, they try to keep it in both the corners, all the offers. They try to avoid the middle area, because most of the consumers will not cover the middle part. Okay, at the end. At the end, the 20th row, I just told you example of 20th row. And the 20th row, again, if you see, most of them will try to cover that part as it is the end area. Again, the billing section. Everybody will try to cover the billing section. Again, they wanted to keep the more attractive items, the chocolates or chewing gum, something they try to keep it over there so that the consumer will pick it very easily. So that is how this market basket analysis works, like how many movements are happening over there. So each and every consumer's movements will be recorded here in the hypermarket to find out what to keep, where to keep, how to make the store management, how to make the shelf arrangement. It will be analyzed here. So this is how now we know how the data we are getting it. We are not collecting everything. Once the company, either you are a startup, you are big MNC, any sort of company, now you know how to collect the data. Now, once the data has been collected, the next part comes machine learning. So we have our data. What to do with the data? It is completely unstructured or structured or semi-structured. We have the data ready. Now the machine learning comes. Machine learning is another wonderful part. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, as everybody knows, it's trying to mimic of humans, mimic like it wanted to act like humans, exactly. So machine learning is trying to help the artificial intelligence, by inserting all the learning patterns from around the world. It focuses mainly on designing the system, thereby it allows them to learn and make predictions based off an experience in which the data in case of missions here. So when we are talking about machine learning, everybody must have experienced Netflix, Snapchat, or Amazon Prime. So everything now, how it looks. Netflix is trying to pop up some of the movies. Once you log in into Netflix, you are trying to browse some movies based on your interest. It would be the Hollywood or Bollywood, any based on the language preferences, based on the preferences of the theme of the movie, or based on the hero, heroine. You are trying to do some analysis and you are watching the movie. Netflix or Amazon Prime, it tries to understand the behavior pattern of that particular customer. Nowadays, the customers, we are not grouping the consumer. Grouping the group of consumers as already gone. Each and every consumers are unique. Even every consumer is unique. Now we want our individual satisfaction need to be, so completely satisfied. You cannot group based on the area or the city or village or the town. No, we cannot do that. Each and every consumers are having their own taste, their own preference. We want our taste and preferences need to be fulfilled. Here in Netflix, based on the information which you are searching it, based on the movies which you are watching it, it will try to pop up related to the movies you watch, related to your taste and preferences. How it happens? It does the predictive analytics. It does the analysis behind it and shows what you want. How this machine learning works. Already you have your data ready. Now we have to train our machine to do some sort of analysis. How to train a machine here. Now you can see your new input data. First of all, for the machine, what we are doing is we are giving a training data. If you look at your training data, we are giving some sort of input to the machine. We are training the machine. So when we are training the machine, the algorithm, the machine itself, it's forming the algorithm that is using various algorithms, various formulas, various models. It tries to create the input data. Once the input data is created, like the machine learning algorithm has been found here. Now we are trying to give one input of data. Any data, once we are giving it, this algorithm will find out and it will make some prediction what will be the answer. So once we get an answer, if the answer is right, the successful model will be built here. If the answer is wrong, again, it will help to train the machine to create an algorithm and then come back with the algorithm with a new model. So you might have experienced the Siri. Siri, based on you speak, it try to respond. If it does not understand what you say, for some of the queries, we try to twist our words and we try to tell Siri, the words which it doesn't understand. But Siri try to, pick up those words which it doesn't understand and give it to the algorithm to form a pattern in it. In finance, we are talking about machine learning. When the machine learning, if you see this tries to explore the construction and study of algorithms that can learn from and make prediction of data. Now, if you're talking about finance field, 46% of the large fintech companies that are identified AI, artificial intelligence, as the most relevant to invest in within the next 12 months. 46% of the large fintech companies wanted to invest in AI, which feel it will be helpful to predict the financial aspect of their company. If you say 30 financial institution, 30% of the large financial institution, they wanted to identify the artificial intelligence and they want to invest in artificial intelligence to make to apply the predictive analytics in the next 12 months. Now we are talking about machine learning use cases in finance. The first thing is process automation. When we say the process automation, It is one of the most common application of machine learning in finance. This technology allows to replace manual work, automate repetitive tasks, and increase productivity. As a result, machine learning enables companies to optimize cost, improve customer experience, and scale up services. Some automation use cases, if you say chatbots, call center automation, paperwork automation, those are some of the examples we can say for process automation. JP Morgan. JP Morgan Chase launched contract intelligence. We call it as Coin platform that leverages natural language processing, which is one of the machine learning techniques. This solution processes legal documents and extracts essential data from them. Manual review of 12,000 annual commercial credit agreements would typically take around 360,000 labor hours, whereas machine allows to review the same contracts in just few hours. The next, if you're talking about security, here the security threats in finance are increasing along with the growing number of transaction users and third-party integrations. These machine learning algorithms are excellent in detecting frauds. For example, banks can use this technology to monitor thousands of transaction parameters for every account in real time. This algorithm examines each action a cardholder takes and assesses if an attempted activity is characteristic of a particular user. Such model spots fraudulent behavior with high precision. If the system identifies the suspicious behavior account, it can request the additional identification from the user to validate that particular transaction. That is possible in machine learning. Next, we are talking about underwriting and credit scoring. Here, this underwriting and credit scoring, this machine learning algorithms perfectly fit with the underwriting tasks that are so common in finance and insurance. Data scientist. This data scientist trained models on thousands of consumer profile with hundreds of data entries for each consumer. A well-trained system can then perform the same underwriting and credit scoring task in the real-life environment. Such scoring engines help human employees work much faster and more accurately. So banks and insurance companies who are having a large number of historical consumer data, so they can use these entries to train machine learning models. Alternatively, they can leverage data sets generated by large telecom or utility companies. The next comes the algorithmic training. In algorithmic training, machine learning helps to make better trading decisions. This mathematical model monitors the news and trade results in real time and detects patterns that can force stock prices to go up and down. It can then act proactively to sell, hold, and buy stocks according to its predictions. So machine learning algorithms can analyze thousands of data sources simultaneously, something that human traders cannot possibly achieve. Robo-advisory. Here, robo-advisory are nowadays very common in the financial domain, especially in the portfolio management, where online wealth service that uses algorithm and statistics to allocate, to manage and optimize clients' assets, it will be much useful. Now we know what is machine learning, how it is useful to the financial sector. Now we wanted to see what are the different types of machine learning. The machine learning will be pulling under three different types. How the machine is learning, how are we learning? Either we read it, either we listen to any videos, or we listen from somebody, the teacher who is teaching. Either we listen from the teacher, we listen from the video. So we wanted to train ourselves. We wanted to familiar with the concepts. If we don't understand what do, we try to browse different materials. We try to refer the books, go to a library. This is how the human learning happens. But how the machine is learning, it's quite interesting. We wanted to learn how it works. We have three types of learning. One is supervised learning. We'll see the first one, that is supervised learning. Here it is like how the teacher is teaching to the student. The same way the computer is presenting with examples, inputs, and the desired outputs given by the teacher. So the goal is to learn the general rule that maps inputs to the outputs. Here we have an input of raw data. The raw data has been given here in this example. Some set of apples has been given here. So the apples in different shapes, different forms, different colors, it will be given as a input to the algorithm. So the algorithm, we call it as a training data. So the training data will be given to the system and say this is an apple. So the algorithm will be formed. This algorithm will say this is the shape of the apple. This is the structure of the apple. These are all the colors of the apple. It is available in various forms. Once the information is passed here, it comes to the output and says, it learned it is an apple. Now, once the testing has been done, we are giving an input. We are giving an input, the apple we are giving as an input. If you are giving apple as an input here, now the system using its algorithm, it finds out the pattern and says, yes, it is an apple. So if it says it is an apple, now the mission succeeds in this result because the teacher has already taught under supervised learning. Now the machine learns how it works. Let's see some more example of supervised learning. Here we are giving a various set of different predefined data set to the computer, to that particular machine. We are giving a duck in a different shape, ducks of different shape we are giving as an input, which is not a duck also we are giving as an input to the machine. Once we are giving what is duck, what is not, that is a predefined data set which we are giving under supervised learning. It predicts the model that is called predictive model. We are giving it to the machine. Now, if you are inserting the picture of the duck little different from what we have given here, the machine is already trained and says it is a duck. So this is called supervised learning. In real life, how supervised learning works? Now, every office, we have an attendance in the biometric system. In the biometric system, already the thumb impression of the human has already been taken and inserted into the machine. Next time, when you are keeping a thumb in the system, it recognizes who are we, who am I, what is my name, what is my ID card number, and what time I am logging in. Again, evening, once I am back, again, what is my name, what is my login ID, or what is my ID card number, what time I'm logging out. So you try to give the complete information about the data which we are giving it. How it is applicable in retail? If you see in retail, your supervised learning in retail helps to analyze products which are consumers buying together. Now we know our consumers are buying what kind of products together in the market basket analysis. So based on that, the hypermarket is trying to supervise all the consumers. What are they buying together? Are they buying milk along with eggs, along with the cheese, or along with butter? With what other products with jam? What other products they are buying together? They are trying to compare everything and give what they need. Next time when you are buying a milk, it try to pop up and says there is an offer in cheese. So this is how the machine will help us to buy the products together. The second type of learning, which is unsupervised learning. From the name we can understand it is unsupervised. They don't have such data to supervise or teach. It is unsupervised. No labels are given to learning algorithm, leaving it on its own to find structure as an input. Here, in unsupervised learning, the goal is to identify or discover the hidden paths or pattern of data or means towards the end. Here, we are not giving any model or any training system to the machine. We are giving some sort of input raw data into the algorithm. So it's a combination of different fruits here or a different structure or different colors. We are trying to club everything together, different form of apples. If you see different bananas and mangoes, everything together, we are sending it to the algorithm. Unknown output, no training set has been given. It using this algorithm, it's try to give the interpretation process and it using the clustering. We know clustering the concept. Clustering is something like grouping all the similar products on one side or unsimilar product on the other side, basing on similarity and dissimilarity. Here in the output, it's trying to group all the apples together, all the bananas together, and all the mangoes together. Now the training model has been created. So here in our supervised example we are just taking, it try to insert without saying what is duck or what is bunny. It try to insert all the pictures inside the unsupervised learning. Now it is trying to group based on the behavior pattern, which one is duck, bunny, or what exactly is it. It try to create the clusters based on its behavior pattern. Here comes unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning, if you are talking with a human, if we are going for any unknown parties, everybody must have experience. We might have gone for any functions of unknown friends or unknown relatives. Once we go inside, we try to see the pattern. Whom we know, whom we did not know, where should I go, in which group I should join. You see some similarity, either any our own nationality is there, or any other people who dressed up like me is over there, or similar to my language, somebody is there. As you try to find out some similarity in each and every group, you do your own clustering and find out where should I join. So that clustering comes here in unsupervised learning. Your mind try to learn what you are supposed to do, and then you are doing a unsupervised learning. Let's say you are watching a football. So you are watching a football without having any base knowledge of the football. What do? You try to analyze based on the colored dress they are wearing. This is team A, this is team B, or based on the way they are playing it. We are trying to find out some sort of analysis on your own. That is called unsupervised learning. The machine is trying to learn. If you are giving the numbers on your hand, we using our unsupervised learning, using our, without any prediction, we try to do the analysis. How it comes in retail. This is now we have initially we saw what is the input. Now we are processing. We are just understanding how to process using the machines. Because fintechs are placing a major role at present. In unsupervised learning in retail, we are trying to recommend products to the consumers based on the past purchase. We know the past purchase behavior on the consumers in the previous period where they have come for the purchase. Now we wanted to recommend based on the past purchase. We are recommending and this the offer for this product is available. You are welcome to buy at present. So it comes without any supervision. The third part of machine learning is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning, here the computer program interacts with a complete dynamic environment in which it performs a certain goal without any teacher explicitly telling it whether it has come close to the goal or not. We don't have any teacher to teach in advance. This is not a completely unsupervised learning as well. Once you are giving input data, it could be we are giving an apple here. Let's take the example. You are giving an apple as an example. You are just inserting. The machine did not know. Now the machine did not know whether it is an apple or it is not an apple. Now it is sending to the agent. It is trying to select the algorithm, forming a best action, and then it says it is an apple. If it says it is an apple, if it is yes, correct, it is an apple, it gets a reward for it. If not, it gets a penalty for it. Once you are giving the apple, it says if it is a right answer, it gets reward. If it is a wrong answer, it gets penalty. Let me show an example. Here we had our own agent. This agent is trying to find out from the dynamic environment which one of them is a duck. Whether this is duck or which one is a right side is duck or left side is duck. It's trying to absorb both. Next, it's going to select action using its own policy here. Now the action is it has chosen bunny as a duck. So the agent chosen bunny as a duck here. Now it gets either reward or penalty. Bunny is not a duck. So it got a penalty here, penalty of minus 50 points. Once the agent gets the penalty of minus 50 points, now it understands it's a bunny, it's not a duck. So it has already been entered into its algorithm. And the algorithm says it's updating the policy, that is the learning step, which is, but this is wrong. This is not a duck for sure. Now it is trying to iterate to get an optimal policy that this is a bunny, the other one is the duck here. So this is how the reinforcement learning works. So reinforcement learning, everybody must be familiar with the Pavlov's experiment here. Here we are trying to identify the reinforcement training with the help of the dog. First, Pavlov, what he did is before conditioning, they were giving the the food to the dog it was giving the salivation. That is the natural response because it is an unconditional stimulus, and the salivation is the unconditional response. Second step, now before the food has been given, Paula has just given the bell. That is the neutral stimulus. It did not make any stimulate to this unconditional response, the dog here. The third time, he has introduced the bell along with the food. Now, after seeing the food, it has got a salivation, but it keeps in the mind, it has come along with the bell during conditioning. After that, Paulo gave only the bell. Once the dog heard the sound of the bell, it started salivation, assumed that it will get a food. So this is how the reinforcement learning training works with the dog. This is just the example I thought of sharing with you. Reinforcement learning in retail, how it works in the retail. Now, the retail market, the hypermarket, they wanted to reduce the excess stock with the dynamic pricing. So they just wanted to give more offers based on the purchase behavior of the consumers. They, during the sale season, sometime March, if it is a discount offer, they try to keep the dynamic prices, clearance, the sale clearance. So the discounts, it is possible for them to do the discount sale with the help of reinforcement learning. Now we are moving to the third section as we have discussed, that is analytics. Analytics is basically the process of, especially the financial analytics, this business analytics, which helps to convert the raw data into information, which will be helpful in the form of descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. There are three types of analytics in business analytics. Number one is descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics, that's quite interesting. Everybody, even the school children, college children, everybody will be able to do the descriptive analytics. They do have some data in the hand, and based on the data, what can and cannot be described, they will describe, they will give the interpretation, how this data will be useful to solve some problem in the future. So it speaks about the past, what has happened. So it is descriptive analytics which speak about the past. The next comes the predictive analytics. Here, this predictive analytics, here it speaks about what could happen in the future based on the previous trends or the patterns. You have your descriptive data in your hand. So based on the descriptive data, what are you going to predict for the future? What will happen tomorrow? How much of sales are going to happen tomorrow? How to fix my price? I have fixed a price up to the month of June 2020. I don't know what is going to be the price for my particular product in the year July 2020. So how much profit I need? I need this much profit. The profit need to be increased to 200% in July 2020. What am I supposed to do? We can do it with the help of regression and probability models. We can do predictive analytics. So what do you want need to be achieved only using predictive analytics. Third comes the prescriptive analytics. Here, this prescriptive analytics, this is the advanced step of predictive analytics. In this prescriptive analytics, we can make recommendations for actions which need to be taken to achieve the business goals. This is a step forward. You can create a roadmap for what need to be achieved in the future. So this could be done through optimization models. It could be done through stimulations using decision tree. We'll be able to fix the complex problems even during the high degree of uncertainty here. In predictive analytics, I will just going to give one example in the predictive analytics. Especially, we will be talking about the predictive sales analytics, which is a part of financial analytics. When you are talking about financial analytics, it is a process of collecting, monitoring, analyzing, storing, and predicting data that gives the business the necessary information to understand and predict their financial status. When you say predictive analytics, it gives the company multiple views of their financial data, and therefore they serve to help to improvise business processes and provide an in-depth and easy to read overview of economic health within an organization. For being able to measure a business profit, to be able to inform business decisions and provide predictions for process improvement effects, financial analytics is a crucial aspect of any organization that hopes and proves to be successful. We'll be seeing about predictive sales analytics, which is a step forward in financial analytics. Here in predictive sales analytics, I'm just checking the example of regression. Using regression, how to predict the future sales, how to predict the profit, or how much I need. So I'm just checking one example. Before we go on to the regression, we need to understand a couple of concepts that is we call independent variable and dependent variable here. What is dependent variable and what is independent variable? Before we move on to regression. Dependent variable, from the name you can understand it is depending on something. Dependent variable, again, from the name you understand it is independent. How independent it is, how dependent it is. Let me take from the example. We are having our own company, let's assume. For the company, we wanted to predict the sales. For the, let's say like you wanted to improve the sales, you have already, let's assume you have improved the sales. Your sales during the month of May 2020 has been improved. It has been improved. Maybe you might have increased the number of salesmen who is selling your product. Let's say you have your car manufacturing company, you have your car retail showroom. The sales of the car has been increased during the month of May 2020. Is it due to the reduce in price? Number one, you might have reduced the price of the car. So your car sales might have boosted up. Number two, you might have invested more amount in your advertisement. You might have increased the cost of your advertisement. That could be one of the reasons your sales might have gone up. Number three, you must have hired a couple of additional salesperson to improvise your sales. That could be another reason your sales might have gone up. So it could be your sales, the increase in sales during the month of May 2020. It must be due to increased cost of advertisement, increased frequency of advertisement, or reduced amount of price for that particular product, or increased amount of salesperson. I'm taking all the three variables are independent. The advertisement, the salesperson, or the price, all these are independent variable, which is affecting the sales, that is dependent variable. Because the sales, whatever number you are doing in independent variable, it is affecting the sales. So here sales is a dependent variable, and we have an independent variable as a price, advertisement cost, and then the salesman. So we know what is dependent and independent variable. This regression, one of the regression is one of the predictive sales analytics tool. It is helpful to find out the relationship between dependent and one or more independent variable. What kind of answers are we going to get in regression? Number one, you know which are the drivers having a significant impact of sales. Now you wanted to know, you have touched all the independent variables which is affecting your dependent variable. Next month, again you wanted to know, should I still increase the price of the advertisement? Should I hire more efficient salesman? Or should I reduce the price little further? So which part should I touch during the month of July 2020 to increase my sales? What should I do? You cannot touch all the three parts, but you need to know which part has played a more vital role in your sales. That is very important. Now, which of the drivers having a significant impact of the sales? You will be getting an answer for this out of regression. Number two, which is the most important driver of the sales? You'll be getting the answer here, which is most important driver using regression. Number three, how do the drivers react with each other? I mean, all the independent variables, how do it reacts in each other for the sales? Number four, what would be the annual sales next year? So I wanted to increase the sales to 200%. What should I do? Should I increase the advertisement, decrease the advertisement, or should I increase or decrease the salesman or the price? Where should I touch? That we will be getting an answer here. So before I move on to the next slide, I just wanted to share one more screen. Let me stop share and I'll tell you how to go about doing regression. That will be quite interesting. I hope my screen is visible, my Excel is visible.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Yes, it is.
So let me, thank you. So I will show like how to do predictive analytics, sales predictions using Excel. Some of you might be very much familiar with this. So I'll tell you how to do this prediction. First, first, if you are using your laptop, you can just you can open your Excel and you can check we can go to data. In the data, we can check whether we'll be able to see the data analysis here. If you are familiar with using all the data analysis in your Excel, you'll be having it. If not, what you have to do, the first step, just go to the file and then you have to go to options. Here I'm just going to add-ins. Add-ins, I am choosing Excel add-ins. I'm just choosing Excel add-ins. If I click go, I'll be able to see 4 options. I'm just clicking one option, that is Analytics Tool Pack, and click OK. If you do this, you will be able to have your Excel here in this part. In the data, I'm just clicking the data. Here you will be able to see the data analysis in your hand. If you have data analysis in your hand, actually, you'll be able to do magic in it. Or you can use SPSS software for do this kind of analysis. That is also very much helpful. I'm just giving the basic example. I'm taking some set of data. Here you can see this is a dependent variable and sum of independent variable. Here I'm taking a dependent variable of some of the quantities which has been sold. I'm just taking it here. And I have taken 2 independent variable. This is just for you if you are doing a startups or you have your own company. You can do with the help of your independent variable. With the dependent variable, you will be able to do the regression, form the regression line, and you will be able to fix up what you want for the next month. So I'm taking 2 independent table, price and the advertisement here, which is affecting the dependent variable quantity sold as I told in the exam. I just go to data. I click data analysis. Here you will be able to find out regression here. I just click regression, click OK. So here I'm going to give an input. I'm going to give input Y range, I just click here and select my input range. My Y is a dependent variable. I'm just selecting the dependent variable from A2 to A9, which includes label as well. Just because I'm including a label, it's not only numbers. I just click the label here. Again, I'm clicking my input AX. I'm selecting here. Input AX is an independent variable. All my independent variable, whatever I have, I'll be able to select. If you want, if you have some more independent variable also, you can select all the independent variable together. So I'm selecting from B2 to C9, which I'm selecting it here. All I'm doing is that's it. I'm not doing anything else. I just click my output. I give the answer here. That's it. I have selected the input Y range. Input Y range is my dependent variable. The number of amount, it has been sold here. So I have chosen from A2 to A9 here, input Y range. In input X range, I'm selecting all the independent variable, that is B2 to C9. I'm just selecting it here. And I have included the labels here, quantity, sold, price. So I just click the label column. Output range, I want the output result to be here. I click there and just clicked OK. That's it. All I did is, that's it. I have given what I want, like how you are ordering in the restaurant. You take your own menu and order whatever you want. You don't have to bother whether there is raw materials or how much time it will take. You don't have to bother anything. Just order whatever you want. You will get the result. Just enjoy. The same way now we have all sorts of statistical softwares, which is ready-made. All you have to do is give some data as an input. Now, data also you don't have to collect. Now you have your data already ready. Now the process has already been told in a big data, how to collect the data, how we are helping the machine to learn the data. And there are softwares available. Just you tell this is what you're going to do. Now you got your result ready. So in the result, you have your own regression, you have your ANOVA, and then you have the intercept. I'll just quickly tell you how to read the answer. We have to highlight only a couple of information. Number one, in the regression statistics, we have to highlight R square. R square, if we highlight, it says that 0.96. It means that 96% of the sales has been happened through price and advertisement. If you touch price and advertisement, 96% of the sales has been done through only this through part. It's a good fit. Again, you see the ANOVA here, this particular part. Significance of ratio, if always we keep significance of 5%. If your value is less than 5%, again it's a good fit. 0.05, it is less than 5%, it's a good fit. If the value is more than 5%, you have to see which part you have to touch. If you have more independent variable, you will be able to see the complete list here. Finally, you have to reduce that number, reduce that particular variable, and then you have to redo it if it is more than 0.05. Now let's see how to form the regression line. This is one of the very important line which will be helpful to predict the future. Here we have our own intercept. We are just writing to find out what is going to be the quantity which has already been sold, or next month for July 2020, how much I wanted to sell. So I am keeping that was Y, which is open. Again, we have the coefficient, that is the intercept. We are writing the intercept minus 835.72 multiplied by the price. The same way plus 0.592 multiplied by the advertising, we are giving it here. Now this is a kind of game, how we are doing the video game, the number game. The same way, this is a kind of game. All you have to give is try to change the price. Either you increase the price or increase the advertisement cost, or reduce the price or reduce the cost. See how much you will be able to sell in the future. So this is a kind of number game. Say for every price you increase, you will be getting a reduced amount of sales. But every advertisement cost you increase, your quantity will be sold, because the price is in minus. If you are increasing it, you'll be able to lose it. If you are decreasing it, you'll be able to sell it. So this is how it works. Now, I hope I have covered the different parts. Number one is some big data, how we are receiving from big data, how we are processing through the missions, and using the predictive sales analytics, how are we doing the financial analytics in your business. Here, I'm just coming to the end of the session. If you have any queries, please do let me know. Thank you for your valuable time. This 1 hour time, I feel, like more happy. I'm very happy and proud to be part of this team and sharing my experience and expertise and knowledge on financial analytics. Thank you. Thank you for your time. If you have any queries, I'll be able to answer to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doctor. That was profound.
Before we open the room for questions, please let us give the prof a round of applause. You know how we do it on Zoom. We don't clap. We do this. So let's clap for Doctor.
Let's clap for Doctor.
Thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
All right. So if you have any question now, you can unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can just signal so we can unmute you from this end. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. You know that big data is a huge, big topic, and maybe one session is not enough to get an idea about all the subject. Okay, my question is about privacy. When it comes, okay, the presentation was very, very, very good. But when it comes to privacy, you know that there is a problem. Or maybe I have to ask the question directly. How can individuals have more control about data, about his data? When a company or a government, maybe, because it's also used for political, for social, for economic purposes. So how can individuals have more control about their data? That's my question.
That's really a fantastic question. Basically, when you are talking about privacy, I really appreciate your question. You are throwing some sort of object in the ocean. You will not be able to find out where is the object, but the object is still in the ocean. Maybe a small piece of iron you are throwing in the ocean, you will not be able to find out where is there in that particular ocean, but the object remains the same in the ocean. That is how the big data is, the data is. When you are posting any image, you can set all the privacy setting, everything. Once you are posting it in the social media or any other media, you will never able to delete the same. Maybe you will be able to delete from your mobile. That's it. It remains the same somewhere or other. Even you will not be able to track. When you are talking about privacy, you have opened, you must have opened, everybody must have opened any sort of account, maybe the Google account, the Gmail account. Even in Zoom you'll be able to open some account, or any online, maybe LinkedIn, or you take Facebook. Everywhere we are just signing in and opening account. Everywhere, once you're opening account, even in the bank accounts as well, there will be only one line statement saying that I agree to terms and conditions. We just have to put tick there. We just put tick, because if you open the terms and condition, there is no space to read each and every line over there. There will be a huge document. That document, they'll be keep on changing the document. They try to upgrade each terms and agreements, where we did not know where exactly they are doing it. Even if we deny to accept the terms and conditions, we will not be able to open that account. Even if you're opening any Google account, Yahoo account, Hotmail, anywhere you open, because we wanted to open the account, we just agree because we don't know what is over there. There we agree to the terms, privacy, security, everywhere. It tracks where you are. When you are taking a picture, you are traveling to some countries, we are taking a picture. We don't know when it was taken, in which place it was taken. It is able to show. You just go to your Google account. All of you must be having your Gmail. You just go to your Google account, show Google images and check all the images. It will try to map and show you for during the year 2015, you have gone to this particular country. 2016 January, you were here. 2017 December, you were here. It will make all the plots of your complete data where you have traveled all those places, because we are not giving. But we switch on our mobile. Once you switch on your mobile, you know where you are. It is a kind of tracing system where exactly are we. So there is no place. We can have all the privacy settings, security setting, but still all the social media everywhere, once we posted, just posted. We cannot delete it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Dennis will be speaking.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good to have you here.
Yes, I was impressed with this presentation. I was learning Excel. I thought that I was expert in Excel until the doctor showed me some tricks. I really appreciate, definitely. I was paying serious attention.
Great.
Thank you, Dennis. It's my pleasure.
Okay, before Doctor concludes for today, can you just give us a bit of what we are expecting tomorrow from you?
Okay, tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to boost intra-African trade. We're going to dive a little bit into the African trade agreement that was signed by the 54 countries and is ratified by 30 up to now. My country is still waiting, so Mozambique. And let's see how things go. I hope you guys will enjoy it. It doesn't have too much toys and it is more practical, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Thank you.
Hopefully. Thank you.
We are waiting for it, Dr. Denise.
Thank you, Dennis.
I want just to ask a last question, please, about the difference between data analytics and business analytics.
Yes, data analytics and business analytics. That's really a fantastic question. You are asking really really a question, very good question, which is helpful for everyone. Data analytics, you are having only the data. Based on the data, you are trying to do some analytics and you are bringing the result. But business analytics, based on the result, what are we going to predict the future? When in the mathematics, we are just solving some problem. Now, if showing in the Excel, I have showed the regression, the result, it shows some result, a number, that is data analytics. Based on the data, you are arriving the picture. But in business analytics, how are we going to correlate the numbers into pictures? Based on the pictures, based on the numbers which we are getting it now, all the CFOs, Chief Financial Officer in all the multinational companies, they are not taking any decisions on their own. They are depending on the business analytics, the number which is available in the result. Based on the number, they are taking the future predictions. what are the decisions which we are supposed to take in the future. So data analytics basically deals with the data and gives the result, but business analytics, we are trying to convert that information into a business strategy or business model which is helpful for the prescriptive analytics.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yeah, okay. I have a question based on the last question that was asked by Madam over there. And I will just draw another question from you. Thank you again for that lovely and wonderful presentation. Honestly, I felt the same way. I thought I know Excel until I saw you do some kind of very funny stuff with it. Then I just discovered I'm a pure learner. I hope to learn more to be able to catch up with what you're doing. Having said that, does the outcome of data analysis, does it have any influence on business decision? Because I pretty much understand the difference, but in terms of the outcomes of data analytics, does it have any positive influence on businesses or whatsoever in a situation where the data analysis is the only available source of, maybe that's the only source of available data that is relied upon? Does it have any influence on business decisions as it may be?
Yes, it is related. That's really a fantastic question. If you want to really try whether it has an impact, what usually I tell for the numbers, say, now I have told you, now let's take the example that we have the past data, because we are doing everything based on the past data. We have the data for the month of January 2020, February, March, April, and May 2020. Let's say we have a data of past 5 months. Based on the data, we wanted to predict for the month of July 2020. That's what we wanted to do. But before we make a prediction, we are doing the data analysis. You just wanted to know whether it really has an impact on for the prediction. Now, before you do it for the month of July 2020, what I usually tell is, you take the data of January, February, March 2020, just 3 months data, apply the data analysis, you predict for the month of March, because you already have the actual data for the month of April. You have the actual data for the month of April 2020. Using January, February, March data, you do the predictive analytics, which I have told, the regression. Whatever changes you did for the month of April, either you must have increased the price or decreased the advertisement cost, you apply it and check the predictive result with the actual result you got for the month of April. Now, with the help of a pictorial representation, you will be able to plot the actual data which you have already in your hand, and then the predictive data you can compare and see whether there is a difference or not. Again, the same thing, try for May 2020, which you already have the actual data. See how much is the difference. Now, you will be having a confidence of 2 months result. What is the predictive data? What is the actual data? Based on that, you will be able to take a confidence decision for the month of July 2020.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That was helpful.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Doctor, you could just round off your last word and then anything you have to say before.
Last word, yes. If you say the last word, that wouldn't be a last word. It is really a first word in everybody's life, that is called analytics. Everybody, irrespective of any field, whether you're from finance background, business, science, maths, or medical, any field, try to learn the basics of analytics. That is really helpful when it comes to the publication, or when you are writing an article, when you are reading it, when you are speaking in any forum. Analytics is really, really helpful. It gives a real image to the numbers. So now we have lots of YouTube videos, many certifications online, everything is available. Everybody take the initiative to explore, to increase our career opportunities. Analytics is one of the, the booming area which all of us have to dive deep. Thank you.